Hey there, it's Gretchen Coley with the Coley Group at Tate, and I'm here with Paul Norment from Homeside Financial, one of our trusted partners in lending, and we're talking about down payments. You know, the common question that I hear over and over and over is, I need 20% down, or how much do I need down? So let's talk about what we're seeing in the market right now as far as down payment on a first-time home buyer.
Absolutely.
Program.
So that's kind of one of the common misconceptions, is that you have to have 20% down to buy a house. And that's just not true. There's a lot of very competitive programs that, you know, don't require any down payment or even as low as 3%. And what we've seen happen in the industry is the mortgage insurance field has become extremely competitive, where those monthly payments, if you have a good credit score, may not really move the needle much at all. Another thing that we see often is people will say, hey, I want to wait to purchase, you know, because I want to save, you know, a couple $1,000s.
I have that happen all the time.
And so my advice to everyone is, with rates being this low as they are today, by waiting, you know, you may end up with a higher interest rate that will kind of eat away at what you've been saving to put down. And the flip side is, for every $1,000 you put down, it's only going to move your payment about $5 or so.
Oh, wow.
And so if we can really lock in on today's low rates and take advantage of this growing market, so before you can get priced out, I think that's definitely the way to go.
I would agree with that. I think down payment's always the trickiest part of the process. So speaking of down payment, if they are going to be looking at a 3% or a 5% down payment, even 10, where are some of the places that they could get that money from, such as gift funds? I know a lot of our clients are able to get, you know, maybe from a grandparent or a parent who really wants to invest in their future.
Absolutely. So we see a lot of first-time home buyers, you know, get gifts from family, which is great. And the documentation needed from that is very minimal from the donor. So it's not anything that's gonna really cause them to go through a lot of hoops. They've really done a really good job of minimizing some of those requirements. We also see, you know, some options as far as down payment assistance through different government programs such as NC Housing, and those will help supplement, you know, the down payment for people as well. And for those, you know, you don't always have to be a first-time home buyer to qualify for some of those programs.
Really?
No.
Okay. That's awesome. So you've talked about North Carolina housing. What other types of special financing programs are there available for?
So we have USDA, which would be 100% financing, and VA as well. We also have, at Homeside, we have our own 80-20 program, which allows people to finance 100% up to $1 million. And then we also can look at
up to $1 million.
Yes.
Wow, that's a big program.
And then we can also look at, you know, a couple other options to help you get there and kind of bridge that gap between funds available and then, you know, what we need required for a down payment.
That's good to know. So we have solved the problem of the myth of how much money you have to put down, and that amount being 20%. So you are probably sitting there thinking, you know what, maybe I'm a little bit closer than I thought. So if that's a thought that's going through your mind, I would totally recommend reaching out to Paul or I and letting us help navigate you through that process, answer your questions, make sure that we're looking at your specific goals and your specific individual program, because that's huge. You can sit around all day and play on the computer. You can ask your family. You can ask your grandparents. But at the end of the day, it needs to be looked at individually. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. And it's not just, you know, everyone's not going to fit into the same box.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've really seen. We can kind of customize everything and kind of create a roadmap. So even if you're not there today, and it's something that you want to do 6 months or a year from now, we can go ahead and get the process started so that we know every step along the way to help you get to where you want to be.
Perfect. Well, I think that's a great way to actually get the process started without having to go all in. So feel free to reach out to Paul or I, and stay tuned for our next video.